So I'm going to go ahead and remove the existing pedal ball and install this one. So first I got to remove the old. Okay, I'm gonna have to drill that one out. I should probably just take the frickin' pedal out, but I'm not gonna, I'm too lazy. Well, I got the lever out. I didn't want to bore you with it. I had to remove my pedal assembly, and we'll go from there. Sheesh. So I got my throttle arm off. I had to jack it all up and take all that off. Oh my god. Here's the throttle arm. And this was the existing. So I put it in my vise and I drilled this out. Came out. This is the new throttle adapter. Tighten that down. And then once I cut the cable to length, I'll loosen that Allen head screw out, slide the cable in, tighten it back up, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so I got my longer studs. I mounted my bracket on this side, and now I'll mount the bracket on this side. Alright, so mounted my brackets, both sides, and my throttle cable has to come through the back tin about like that. I don't trust it, put it on that side. But the problem I'm having is that this is where this carburetor is further forward than this one. See? So that means that my bracket right here is real close to my tin. So I'm coming in here like that, and I am just gonna miss it. There will be absolutely no adjustment on that side. So I contemplated flipping these around, having the pulley on the back side, which operates the same exact way. But I just don't know. I'm going to go ahead and mock it up like this. And when I cut this cross cable, I'll make sure that I give myself enough slack if I do change it and there's any difference. Shouldn't be, but I don't know. So let's go from there. I'm not going to be able to install my actual throttle cable because that is not sitting in that. So I'll get everything else ready, minus the main cable. I've already gotten the foot pedal done, so let's go ahead and install the secondary cable. So this one, this is your top bracket, or your primary bracket. You've got threaded hole there and not threaded. The not threaded is your bottom. And this is your secondary cable that goes through to the other carb. There's absolutely no adjustment on this side. Let's snug that down. And I'm going to go ahead and mount this mount it to see if I actually have the clearance. If not, then I'm going to go ahead and mount it on the back side of the carbs. You want to leave that loose so you could adjust it. Now, if you look down there, and that's pretty good there. And I do have clearance. It is not touching, so I'm happy about that. I'll go ahead and snug that down for now. And you're going to use the number 3 Allen wrench. Snug that. Now this bracket is this one here. It's the short one-sided. If you don't drop your screws everywhere, you'll be all right. I dropped one of my carburetor stud down inside the manifold, so I had to flip the engine upside down so I could get to it. Alright, we'll just leave that. I'm going to go ahead and snug it. I still be able to, yeah, I can move it. Okay, now they say not to go straight across. They want a little bit of a bend in it. So let's put the fitting in there. This fitting is the one that has all the adjustment in it. I'll go ahead and go about there. And they say to cut it to the inside, or the back side of this, to mark it there. So I'm going to cut it right there. I got my disc grinder out. And we'll clean that up a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to put that in the bottom of all that. That should work. Okay, now this is your cross cable. Nope. Now it's number 2. Oh wait, you know, I think it came with, yeah, it's number 2. Go ahead and get my little screwdriver just to hold it just in case I need to. Oh, it came with one. Oh well. So let's go ahead and take this collar off. And this one, feed that through here. Now the nice thing about this, it comes with a Teflon sleeve inside the cable housing, which is nice. Now this, you have the 2, I don't know if you can see it down there. There's the 2 places where your cable's going to go. Okay. So this cable's going to come around to that one. This one will come down to that. So I'm going to have to mark. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm going to do a interjection here in this video. I don't normally do this, but I wanted to save a lot of time. I'm going to fast forward from here on out. Lesson learned, when you're cutting the stainless steel braided cable, take some crazy glue and just sprinkle it on there, you know, drop a couple drops on there. Let it dry and then cut it, because it doesn't fray for some crazy reason. I didn't think it was true, but it doesn't fray. So that'll save you a lot of time. That'll save you a lot of headache. Also, the reason why I started mocking it up, the installation on the passenger side carb as my main, was because I was concerned about that turn of the cable going into the driver's side, where my 912E, that is where my cable goes into, is on the driver's side tunnel. So I was real concerned about making that real sharp turn. But after talking to Jake Raby, he actually showed me a video of his 912E, and he has the same setup, and he has actually a sharper turn than what I'm going to do. So I just wanted to make sure that it was going to work on that sharp turn. So it is So I switched it over from the driver's side, I switched it over from the passenger side to the driver's side, and so that's where I am now. Another thing that you want to make sure you do is, okay, the end of the barrel, the end of the cable, you want to, on the end that you're going to cut, you want to install this piece first into the wheel, and then you're going to let your cable run real long past the wheel, so when you circle it around, you're going to actually feed it through the hole and then tighten it. Let it go a half an inch more, cut it off there. Again, you might want to go ahead and use your crazy glue at the end of your cable. You know, you're out here, crazy glue it, cut it. That way, if you ever, for some reason, you ever have to take it off again, you take it off and that won't be frayed. So that I'm going to go ahead and fast forward all this crap that I went through. It was probably about an hour's worth of video, and you don't want to be like me and go through that. It was a pain in my butt. Anyways, as you can see, the engine's down there, ready to go in there. I have to reassemble my pedal box. So that comes around here. So I'm going to cut that up there. There's just a little freaking piece sticking out. Look at that little dude. Come on, you booger. So now I have to, not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to tighten it then. Shoot. How will I tighten it? All right. I'm gonna have to, I can't do it that way. How's that gonna work? So mark it. Let's take this cover off here. I don't know if you guys can see that I have to take this back off, so I have to loosen that lock washer, and hopefully it doesn't crack. I'll cut this one last time. Oh, God bless it. So I bought that not knowing that the kit came with the cable that goes all the way to the pedal, but it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some crazy glue and glue that before I cut it. Let's see what that does. It worked. That'll work. All right, I'm going to replace this one. You guys learn from my mistakes. Let's tighten it up a little bit. A little slack out. A little more. Still more. Sheesh. Maybe I cut that one too short too. Nope. Hot damn. Okay. Get my lock back on. You guys be real careful putting these nuts back on the shaft, because it's real easy to cross them. Okay, now you want to make sure that you crimp that lock back on your nut there. You know what? That's wrong. So this is that adjustment that you make, lining the cable up. Maybe. That's all the way. Let's tighten this one up. Okay, now yeah, this one is off. This is wrong, so I'm gonna have to recut that whole cable all over again. Okay, so this is what I found out. Since these sockets are to be at 7 o'clock, it will not work over there at 7 o'clock, because with that, when it was over here, it was at too much of an angle, so this side should be 4 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. Now, I might not have enough cable once again. I might have to cut another piece, because this is going to have to come around to 4 o'clock now. Might work. But yeah, that's the ticket. When you're cutting cable, braided line, braided cable, crazy glue that end. It doesn't fray. Okay, that looks real good right there. It'll give me just a little bit of room to adjust. So when this throttle cable comes around here, pulls on it. Okay, now you see that slack? That one's moving, that one's not. I could loosen this one up. And adjust it. Okay, so I am going to redo this one. So now, see that little bit of adjustment? I'll be able to do that with this. Still a little more. A little more. Okay, that I don't like. I figure that one out. But I won't bore you guys with it. I will figure it out and I'll let you guys know. Well, on to tweaking something else now. Also, they said to make sure that your carbs are balanced before you do your final adjustment on your cable. So it really doesn't matter if it has a little slack, a little difference. Once I go through starting up, break in, period, then I'll adjust everything and then I'll adjust that. So that's going like that. Got plenty of slack in there. Alright, I'm okay with that. And I think I will, when I set my throttle cable, I'll go ahead and do an update on a video. So you guys have fun. I really like this system. I think it's really clean.